I said I'm going to be taking a topic that I tag date and timing in SQL. Date and timing in SQL.
Okay, sir.
Uh, and I said it's one of the most important topic in SQL, especially for real life projects and also for business applications. You must know as a data analyst that apart from you analyzing a data for people, you can also help them build a software architecture database that can help them in what? In building an app. You understand? So date and
Yes, sir.
timing in SQL is very, very, very important. Very, very important. So now the next thing I'm going to do is that just to give you an introduction on this before I will explain what you can see on my screen. I will quickly use Workbench to explain what I mean by date and timing in SQL. Now, as you can see, I have a database that I call Sakila, and in this Sakila, I've imported a table that is known as payments. Or should I? Okay, let me use the one that you have. Let me use the payments. I think it's better. Let me use the payments. Okay. Now, looking at this one, you can see that I have a simple table that is being displayed on the screen. I have the payment ID, the customer ID, the staff ID, the renter ID, the amount, the payment underscore date, blah, blah, blah. Now, why did I say date and timing is very important? For example, possibly I just want to pick a particular transaction. Are you getting me? Maybe I just want to pick a particular transaction for a particular date. So let me assume I want to use Dubai. I'm very sure the choice is Dubai.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now look at it. I'll say select. Okay. Possibly I want to know the total amount for staff ID. This is staff ID 2. Abby, are you following? Uh-huh. You could see, okay, let's say one. You could see that there are a lot of times that one is being repeated on the screen. Abby, so now I want to know the total amount hmm, for what? Staff ID what? One. Are you following? Now, to do this, I will say select staff underscore ID. Hmm? The reason why I'm using staff underscore ID is that because I will need that. Do you understand? Because I want to divide. Let me know the total amount for one and total amount for what? Staff ID two, even though they are repeated in several places. So that's why you could see that I'm selecting staff underscore what? ID. So as I'm taking you, I'll be asking you questions to really be sure that you have got what your instructor taught you. So now the next thing is amount. So what am I going to do for the column amount? Let me ask you. Huh? So I'll say amount. Are you sure? That means you are not getting something. I cannot just say amount. You understand? Just column amount. Yes. That means you not get the concept of this. There must be a function that I will use to aggregate all the amounts. Professor, I don't understand your student. Oh. I cannot just select amount directly. Since I'm what? I need the aggregate of the amount. So that means it's not going to be fine. Is it that you just want to select? Is it that you quickly forgot? Am I clear? Aha. Okay. Let's go from where? Payments. And I say what? Group by what? By are you getting me? So let me see if I've selected this particular thing. If I've selected this particular thing, I will tap on it. So let's try now. Let's try and see. You need to turn on your profile. I've not started my own now. Let me run it. Oh wow, can you see that? Now that is the reason you must understand about all this database, blah blah blah. It's not by cramming it. I've not done this for the past possibly more than a month. The major thing is that the reason for group by anytime even in school when they say group yourself, male, female. You understand? And you know that this amount in question is the major thing that you will use to know the total. You must aggregate them. So that's why I use what sum amount as what. Even though that's not what it's showing. Now, why did I come there? This is entirely for the whole day. Are you hearing me? This is entirely for the what? For the whole day. What of if I decided, okay, let me run. Please off your mic. Omolola Abi.
Ololade, okay, sir.
Please off your mic. So now look at this. Let me run this first one. I just want you to see a view of the table again before we continue. Look at this. Can you see? Can you see? This one is for the total what? For the total dates, entire database. But what if I decided that I only need what? I only need maybe month 05. I'm telling you the importance of what? The importance of date and what? And timing. Are you getting me? Because a company can invite you. I want you to help me analyze my what? My data for so months. Do you understand? So if you did not understand the essence of what, because this one is entire data. So now I want to analyze for what? For just May or for year. Are you getting me? So how am I going to do this? I'm still going to ask you guys question. Now look at this one now because I will not obstruct this. Let me copy again. Control C, Control what? Control V. Now the next question I'm going to ask you that what keyword can I use to specify the what? The month. That's the question I'm asking you guys. What keyword? Now we've used a keyword known as what? Group by. We've used a function. Can you tell me the function that I used there? Is there any function that I use there? I'm just trying to check your understanding of what you've been taught earlier. Can you tell me the function that I use there? In this entire line of code, which function is it? Sum. Sum function. How do you know a function? The name of the function, open parentheses, close parentheses. Are you getting me? That's how you know a function. We have thousands of functions. No, sum is not a keyword, it's a function. The way you know a function is that any name you see, and you can see open parentheses, brackets in mathematics, open bracket, close bracket. They should know. Is actually a function. And no, the way you know a function is that anytime you see something like function name sum, are you getting me? And you see open bracket, close bracket, are you getting me? So this sum is the what? Is the function. This something that is in between the parentheses is the what? The column or the variable that you want to use that function to what? To effect. I remember then, I always tell my students, if you want to have an easy understanding about function, I always tell them, function, we use it according to the name, we use it to do something very important. You can change the direction of something. For example, now, if I tell you that I want you to turn this cold water to what? To all. That means you go and look for a function that will turn what? Cold water to what? In houses where they have, is it warmer or heater that they call it? So I always tell my students, I give them this analogy about function. I say function, you could see that the open parenthesis and close parenthesis is like a pipe, I mean, the open one, the closed one. So inside that pipe, you put what you want to change, which is the cold water. That's why you are saying a month. This is the variable that is inside the what? The pipe. You want to change it by force and sum it. So that's why are you getting what I'm saying? So anytime you see something like that, something holding a particular column, what is before those pipe or those open and closing parentheses is what? Is a function. Is that clear? Now let's proceed. Now, after that is clear, I said, can you tell me the keyword that I can use to specify a particular month? Where? Thank you. Now, that's good. Can you now tell me, in this case, I want to combine where and what and group by. So I'm going to throw it to you. Is it where that will come first or group by? Even myself, you know. Are you sure? Hmm? Okay. So since where will come first, so I'll now say, and now, can you tell me where you always see where? After the what? After the what? After the table name. Hmm? Thank God I'm online. I will have. You understand? So please, I want to beg those that are online and those that I'm taking physically, go back and study your SQL very well. You are not learning this thing for learning sake. You are learning it to what? To use it practically for real life problems. Is when you use it practically for real life problems, that's when you can get money from all these things you are what? You are learning. Because let's assume a bank invited you that please, we want to know, we want you to analyze all our data for April. There are different things you can do based on your knowledge on different what functions, on different keywords, especially your knowledge on what? On date and timing in what? SQL. So what will I now do? I'll now say, now you must know that where always comes after what? The table name. So I'll now say payment where, am I making any sense? Where, now the next thing is that what column am I dealing with? What column? Payment what? Date. Now another question will arise from this. You must understand that this payment underscore date has a lot of what? A lot of values. So what do you think you can do to separate the, the year from the month, from the day, from the minute, from the seconds, and from the hour? So what do you think I will do? Will I just say where payment underscore date directly? So what will I do? Let me see. Don't forget, I put it for function. Function is what you use to do something. In this case, I want to separate my year because I needed only what? Only month. If, for example, maybe it's May. So I cannot just say payment underscore date equals what? 05. It will not work. You know why? Because this payment underscore date is holding many things. Okay, there's no problem. Maybe I will still need to take them for function. I'm already taking them. Please get that. So now that means that I will need to what? To use a function that can what? That can separate it. So what's the name of the function? Month, because we are dealing with month. So I'll use what? Month, open parenthesis. Can you see? The pipe is holding that column that it wants to change. So what this month does is that it will extract only what? Month 05, 06. You understand? Just the middle. Am I making any sense? Are you sure? Okay. So now this is now I can now say equals what? Zero what? Zero. Will I code the 05 or I will not put it? That's not the word I expected. Not if, since it's normal. Oh, it's number. Thank you. Thank you. Since it's an integer, so there's no need to code. But if it's a string, you what? Put it. Thank you. So, group by. So let's now run again. Wow. Can you see the value has reached? Why? Because I've streamlined my what? My where statement to only what? To only months. Exactly. So I'm leaving here now. I'm just doing this introduction for you to understand the importance of what? Of day and what? And timing in SQL. Now, before I will go further, don't mind me that I'm using variable. I just want to use it to explain to you guys. By the time, definitely, if there's any one of you that want to learn uh, programming or application development, you will need to use the manual. But for your case, you will not need that. But I want to use it to explain something for you or to you. Are you getting it? Now, in this case, look at this. I said variable date equals date, open parenthesis, close what? Parenthesis. Now, date, look at me, oh, Y, M, G. The meaning of this one is that I'm dealing with the current date. I'm doing what? Current date. Am I making any sense? I'm dealing with the what? With the current date. But in some cases, I will try it in SQL. If it does not work, you don't need to stress yourself. Just come and use this function directly. I will say call date. What do I call it? Call date. You don't even need to put anything in between. Just state the column. Are you getting me? You know what I mean by the column? The column is let me go back to my SQL. For example, I can't use this for. So for example, now maybe in the data, maybe I'm in a bank now, and they want to know every transaction that happened today. You know that a lot of transaction has been done by what do they call them? Those people that when you get to the bank, all these front desk people, anytime you want to, or possibly even when you do transaction online. Hmm? So at the end of the day, they want to know every transaction that transpired that day. So let me do something else, even though I can't do it in this place. Do you know why? Because this data is what is not a current data. Am I making any sense? This data is not a what? Is not a current data. So I might not be able to use it. I just want to give you a sample. So that means I just say select. I'm still telling you the importance of what? Date and what timing. I just say select all from what? From let's say payment. And I say where what? Where is it? No. Okay, let's just assume that the name of the column. Okay, let me use this one. Let me use it. Select all from what? Payment. There's a table known as payment. Where, let me open the table for you. Okay, let's do it like this. I want you to see this table first. Uh, I want to use a single. Can you see I've, in this place now, in this table, I've separated months. Are you getting me? So let's say where what? Where what? Where month? Because this one, there's no need to separate it because already separated. Where month equals what? 0, 1. Let's terminate. Are you getting the importance of what? Date and what? And timing. Can you see? Now, do you know that I can use limits? Do you know the meaning of limit? Limit 5. The meaning of limit is I just want to pick just 5 out of the data, the first 5 data. Are you getting me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm telling you the importance of what? Of dates. Now, let me do another one. For example, now, let's assume that today's date is 2024-0108. You understand? So that means I will just say what? Select all from payment because there's no because they combine it, so there's no way I can separate until I use a function. I'll say where what? Where what? Where no, it's day that I need. You understand? Where day, this is the function. What is the name of that column? Date, Abby. Goes to what? Maybe 18. Are you guessing all this thing? Equals to 18. I think I can say use limit 5. That will not be picking some other data I did not want. Let's see if it's correct. Can you see? It only pick those that are what? Are 18. But what I'm saying is a PC that I don't have a current data, you understand? So I'll just say this place where I use I will not even need to use day. Look at me. Let me just quickly copy this. Control C, Control V. I'll just come like this. I'll just say where A. Computer is very smart. Sorry, where, what's the name of that column? Date. Just pick the column. Equals what? Oh, sorry. Equals what? Call what? Date. Can you see that's even brought it? So that's why you don't need to cram all these things. But it won't work now. You know why? Because it's not a current date. Am I making any sense? Am I making any sense? I'm just trying to tell because in the bank, at the end of the day, they need to quickly spool the transaction. You know, one thing that people did not know is that they think that maybe every transaction in bank are they are in a single table. Since they started inception, maybe they started the bank for the last 50 years. But on that day, they can easily what? Pull the transaction for that what day by just saying where was this equals or date. Pam. Can you see that? Date and what? And timing is very what? Is very important. Now, you might not need all these variable. Why? The reason is because if you are not really using it for what is it? For the purpose of development, you understand? But the major thing you will need, that's why you will see that I gave you a simple stuff here. This one, instead of saying timestamp now, are you following me? Don't be because some people when they see timestamp, they will think that maybe it's another very no, it's not a unique word, it's the column of like in that table, what would we use? We use dates. Abi. So this one, what they use at their heading is what timestamp. Now, now you will see that they say greater equals code date. So that's why I'm also trying to let you know that there are operators that you use in between the what? In between the this equal. It's not compulsory that you use equal always. That's why if you are really very good in data analysis, no matter what your instructor tell you, or maybe your boss in the office or a company, you must be able to think very fast. Are you getting me? Now let me explain the meaning of that to you. For example, now in this case, in this case, this is the meaning of this. This core date minus interval 7 days. You know the meaning. The meaning is that even in the last a week, last what? Last a week. Am I making any sense? Okay, let me use this to explain better too. Don't worry, even though you might not need, but let me use to explain to you so that you understand. Look at this one. There's not no knowledge that is lost. Look at this. I said date. The first thing I did is that this one is for current date. Today's date. I saved it in this one. Date. This one is 2 days, maybe 2 days to the back. Now, you must also understand this thing. You will need it. It's also very important. I said date. Look at me. Oh. Y minus n minus date. This one is current date, Abi. And I say comma straight to time. The meaning of this is that it's trying to tell you that minus 2, that is 2 days from the current date. Am I making any sense? When I say straight to time minus 14 days, he's saying what? 14 days for the current date. Even though you might not need it now, but please keep it. By the time you get to a particular point or you have a problem at time, because of your understanding all these things, all this solve the problem. Exactly. So, but in SQL, to write it directly, he's just saying call date minus interval 7 days. 7 days back. That's why they say greater equal call date minus interval 7 days. Now look at this. All this one, I'm just trying to tell you another stuff that they use for current date and time. This one is now the another function. This is the call date that I show you. But that's not where I'm going. Let me just treat this so that I would round up date and time. I'll give you your work. Now look at this. He said you must also know how to pick between what? This. So that's why you must understand that I told you. You know what I will do now? Please be noting it. The first assignment I'm giving you, go and write down every operators We have like 5,000 operators. Go and write all the operators using it. Equal sign is an operator. All the operators, the assignment, if you have it, go and be sure you know it. So in is also what? Is also an operator because it's trying to deal between one power. So in, then you know that like is also what? An operator. That's what we use in search. So now I'm not just saying you should list it. Go and give me for each of these, give me an SQL query that will depict each of these. And you are sure that by the time you put it on it. Okay, I will check it. Maybe possibly I will check it and confirm in your next class. Are you getting all this? Are you sure? Because the reason of this in is that uh, most time in the hospitals that use a HML, some tests will take like 14 days before it will come out. You understand? Normally, there is a way we did that. On that day that they came to run the test, the name of it from the that it will not pull the name of the person again after one day. Let me see if I can just show you something quickly, then I'll round up the class and give you homework so that you understand what I'm saying. That I pray they've done something this morning in the hospital. I mean, Olalademi Ashake, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Uh-huh. Hope you are following all these stuffs now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, look at this. This is one of the hospitals that is using a HMR. And I just want to show you that we use this one for data. We also use all this code, SQL code for what? For application development. So let me log in as possibly one of their comment. Okay. So they've not done anything this morning. But you can see I have 2 days left. The essence that for that day, if the person came into the hospital today, if tomorrow you try to spool the person this thing, you will not see the person. So that's why we put another option. Some hospital will put 14 days. So that it will still spool because for today, it will only spool for what? Current day. Because there's a column handling date for every table. Are you getting? So all those things you are learning, oh, like now, all these you're like, these are the things we use for. Okay, let me see if I want to see all the tests they did yesterday, and I'll just search. And you see, these are all the tests. So what SQL query did I use? I used like where so like what date. So I can easily view any of this. But this is not where I'm going. I'm just trying to let you know all this. So now, as I round up the class, I'm going to give you uh, more or less an homework. I can't give you project for now, so that your instructor will take you on function very well. But based on the group by that you've learned, the simple homework I'm going to give you is that I want you to get me based on this same particular table that I was using before. Okay, let's say from 105. This one now, this one I'm dealing with what? Staff ID, right? Now, in your case, I want you to get me client retention. In client what? Retention is one of the topic under business intelligence. The meaning of client retention is that I want to know, I want to predict as often as a client. Sorry, I want to predict when a client always come to the what hospital. But in your own case, you can just predict how often. So I'll give you a clue. Don't worry. That you at your level, I'll just give you a clue. Now, what you do is that by the time you open the table, your instructor will give you. You see a lot of clients coming at different times. Oh, maybe last week he came 3 times. This month, 4 times. This month, 5 times. The question is divided into two. The first one is that You must be able to spool in a way that for a particular client, he still go by. You see what? I'm doing this one for staff ID, but in that case, when you spool, I will be able to know how often the what the client comes. You to go and think very well based on all these things. Okay, let me open a default table so that you understand what I'm saying. Payments. I'll just give you a little clip. Look at this. This is a large bello, I mean. So what you would do is that this time around you will not group by somebody, you group by what? By I won't say more. Do you understand? So two things, you get how often. That means you can easily count. You understand? You can easily count how many times you are the one. I'm giving you the work. Go and think on how you can actually do that to present it. You understand that part? So that is number one question. I said how often. That's one, Abby. And the second one is you want to predict the likely times. The way you know is that by the time you see the table, you can easily know, okay, maybe this person always come ending towards ending of the what of the month because you check the date column. So date column is one of the things that you pull out that will help you know. So now the second question is okay. Let me give you that so that I will not stress. Hmm? So see you in the in the next class. So Lalade, their next class, Tuesday and Thursday. But before I will take them, you need to take them on function. When you take them on function, that what I want to take them will be very simple. So see you in the next class. Thank you.